Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy TJ Blaze. Heating up, about to do a reaction thing. And what I'm about to react to is something that's very sensitive in a way. So it even give you a warning at the beginning of the video. I'm about to react to another cut video. And the title of this one is Your Most Frightening Experience. Keep it 100. It said content warning. Discussion of sensitive topics such as sexual assault, abuse, violence, trauma, and death. Now, I know a lot of people in this world went through a lot of experience. We all did. And it's a very sensitive subject. So hopefully we will all bear with this. Hopefully I can bear with this as well. Because I know it's going to be some interesting stories. I'll get a little tongue-tied right now because it got me a little worried about what these people are about to share with us. So let's see what's going on.
Scariest moment of your life.
I thought I had herpes once. She texted me saying, hey, thought I should let you know that I have herpes.
That's how you
Why
start.
didn't she let you know the night before?
That's what I was saying.
Name the scariest moment of your life.
Scariest moment of my life.
Man, there have been a couple that have really rocked me to my core.
I have to think about that one.
Probably when my mom speaks English to me. When she goes English. Then you know you're really in trouble.
What was the scariest moment of your
Where you
life?
from?
One
man?
time when I was flying, when we were taking off, the plane dropped significantly. I was traveling abroad one time, there was a fight in the street and some guy pulled out a sword.
Anytime I see a spider, I don't care, get me the fuck out.
I had a shrooms trip. The effects of the drugs on my brain are my body's way of telling me that I've been poisoned and I'm actually dying.
I've been lost to tornadoes from the Midwest. I always thought that was just a part of normal life.
I walked down to a coffee shop. I ordered my drink, handed the card. Next thing I know, I woke up bleeding from my head. I had mono, and apparently mono-induced seizures are a thing.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
I was camping with my family, and my daughter had a seizure in the middle of the night, and we didn't know what to do. Luckily, we had our camp neighbor. She was a nurse, so she gave my daughter CPR. Her eyes would always roll back.
Save big and sleep better with a new mattress from Raymore and Flanagan. Get matched with top brands from our huge selection.
Back, she was crying, and I think that was the moment where I felt the weakest I didn't know what to do.
My wife had our second kid at the birth center. When my son came out, he was gray and wasn't breathing and wasn't moving. And then I saw my midwife's face and I got really terrified. The midwife assistant brought the baby into the water and rubbed him in there, and then he got color in his skin and began to cry. And for those 30 seconds,
I can't imagine any parent, or even if I had a kid, to see that, to experience that feeling right there that this man went through. Him and his wife. Nah, bro. No. Some things in life is just terrifying, bro. That's terrifying.
I thought, I thought the worst.
How does your body react when you're scared?
I get shaky a little bit.
Heart palpitations.
My mind is just running, so many different questions in my head.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
Ooh.
Scariest moment of my life. There's a lot.
When I came out to my family.
I had to come out to my grandma over the phone.
What was Grandma's reaction?
She was definitely in denial.
I was in Hawaii with my boyfriend at the time. We were sitting in a parking lot and a car goes by. They slow down and glare at us with this look of just contempt, disgust. And they zoom into the parking lot that we're in. And I just grabbed my boyfriend's hand and stood up and ran. We found a thrift store, sorry, and they let us come in, they let us hide in back. It was just terrifying.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
Scariest moment of my life was being homeless.
We had to evacuate from a wildfire.
I went to Europe with
an influencer. He essentially groomed me and then confessed his love for me in Paris. When I didn't reciprocate feelings, he...
Oh. Oh. What you said? Groomed. You should have called somebody immediately, but you in a whole different country and stuff like that. State and all. Sometimes some people do not realize signs. A lot of us do not realize signs. Yo, try to kill you. See, when people get very obsessive with people, they start doing some weird shit. Some weird shit.
He mentioned how he wanted to kill me.
Sounds horrifying. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
Probably when I was raped. He said, I thought you would have said yes anyway, so.
What? Oh, what's wrong with people in this fucking world, man? You want to get somebody and tell them, I know you would be comfortable if I rape you. My thing is, you couldn't get to know her to see if she would actually like you, and then you will actually get her consent. You know, just she would naturally give up her body towards you. People are just loopy, man. Insane in the damn brain. What the fuck?
Violence in my childhood by people I trusted.
My dad was physically abusive to me.
That is the worst. The people that you know and love, the people that you probably look up to and idolize, and then you realize how they treat you and how they probably treat others and how it could affect everybody and affect the kid mind. And yeah, there'll be a lot of betrayal. Our trust is not going to be easy to give.
My mom, for a long time, he had her hair and was drowning her in a bathtub. And I was watching.
Bro. Oh shit. And see, this is why I said what I said at the beginning of the video, because I know I had a feeling, just a weird feeling, some of these stories is going to be crazy because it's the title, your most frightening experience. You seen your dad. No way in hell, bro. No way in hell.
7? 6 or 7?
Tell me about the scariest moment of your life.
When I got third-degree burns.
Broke my back.
First time that I got COVID.
My brother, he broke his neck in high school.
Going in for a surgery.
I had a spinal cord injury.
How did the injury happen?
Bungee jumping.
I accidentally dried my cat in the dryer. Finding him after
You gotta be. Oh my God. I did not want to laugh, but come on. Why? Why?
Mom found him was probably the most terrified I've ever been in my life.
What's the scare?
No. I don't believe she was terrified. I think she accidentally did that. No, not accidentally. Intentionally did that. Because you can see in her face it's something. It's like she want to like laugh. Get the hell out of here, man.
Scariest moment of your life.
I got into a car accident.
Car accident.
Where the car has skid out a couple times and I had hit both sides of the freeway. My life kind of flashed before my eyes.
When I was 15, I was driven off of a 300-foot cliff. There was like a lot of blood and it was really traumatizing.
It just shook me.
I thought I might die, but I did make it back safely.
My mom was in the car with me and I just had like a flash of like, what if I had accidentally killed my mother?
It was terrifying in that moment to be like, oh my gosh, like I could have just killed someone.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
I almost drowned when I was a kid, when I was like 8 years old.
There was an undercurrent and I was being swept farther and farther away from the shore.
Once he like had walked back to the beach, he was just like ghostly white. It was like really scary to see my dad like that.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
I've had a lot of medical problems.
Ghostly white.
When I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
My appendix was in the wrong place. It was all the way back here.
and it should be right here.
I would have these problems where like I would just like experience paralysis. Some of my scariest moments have been, oh no, is my life like kind of over? Like how am I gonna get past this?
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
Almost losing my partner. He has cancer.
Realizing eventually my grandmother who raised me would die.
When my mom had a stroke.
My dad passed away when I was young.
And my dad was having a seizure.
Was he okay after?
That was the start of us discovering that he had terminal brain cancer.
The doctors telling her that it was very possible she was going to die.
Yo. What in the world? All right. I wasn't really looking so hard at the screen until I really looked. Holy shit. I am not trying to be messed up, but she scared the hell out of me, bro. Why you powder yourself up like that? And you could see it. It's obviously, I can't even talk properly. It's obviously.
The morning that my grandfather died, we're just like seeing this happen, and that was pretty awful.
What was that?
Someone who I've grown up with and have idolized and loved and has like watched me grow is like no longer here.
Right after my dad died, I was hiking. He fell off a cliff, so I was looking down, and I just remember shaking like I could not even move.
It never really gets like easier losing someone that.
It was the way that he described the story, and everything sounded easily done. That's how it sounded. Like, and then he just said, "I just look." That have to be the weirdest thing to see, like just somebody falling off a cliff, and you know you can't do nothing because it was highly unexpected. But this is the reason why I don't get how people do these climbing stuff, because it's a risk. It's 50-50. You might survive, you might not. And sometimes I feel like it's higher. I feel like it's a 70-40 with cliff climbing and stuff like that. Because cliff climbing is dangerous. I don't know how people do it.
That you really love. You just find ways to just kind of look at more of like the beauty in what you were able to experience. You know, I wish I still had that, but you know.
What's the scariest moment of your life?
When I was 15, I was driven off of a 300-foot cliff. It was my best friend at the time's boyfriend. They got in a fight. Next thing I know, he just turned up the radio and stepped on the gas. I just remember seeing the curve coming, and then he didn't stop and just started driving towards it. And then I remember the car tipped over the edge of the cliff, and I realized that the headlights didn't reach the bottom, and I just remember thinking, this is gonna hurt a lot, and then I just closed my eyes. But that caused a lot of PTSD, and also it was really...
First off, fuck that friend, because that's not your friend no more. Fuck him. Because that's grimy. He was so mad and so eager, basically, to seem like he wanted to kill his own people. There's no way in hell that you can't tell me that you was determined that you didn't want to like stop. You was highly determined to do what you wanted to do for your own sake, for your own mental capacity, and not think about the others who was with you. You just like, yo, fuck it. Step on that gas, yo. All my friends are dead. Basically, you just saying a little Uzi. Like, come on now. Shit don't make no sense, bro.
Really scary. 300 feet, we flipped 3 times. Hit the mountain every time we flipped on the way down.
Did everyone survive?
Yeah, everyone survived. I was the worst hurt. Pretty much like all of the left side of my body was broken, and I had to be in a wheelchair for almost 2 years. And just a lot of physical therapy and recovering after that.
Some people could forgive and forget, but stuff like that.
So how many people have 100 said they...
Wow, yo. Yo, this man really was a risk taker to say, I'm gonna kill y'all. That basically was the message. Like, all the stories was insane, but for this guy to drive off a 300-foot cliff with people that he knows just because of an argument, something that could probably have been settled, put to the side after, but you want to just drive. And even if the girl seen it, it could have went another way. But that guy probably was too much into his thoughts. But we don't know the full story. We just know the argument thing. She know this and that. She probably could have told him like, yo, drive, turn, stop, or something. Could have been some type of direction for him just to stop. Some type of awareness. But all the stories was insane. A lot of car accidents. You got people who had obsessions and stuff like that. It was too much, man. Too much to deal with, and I feel sorry for a lot of them because we all go through some crazy stuff in life. But that's the end of the video, man. I'll talk to y'all and, do some more reactions. Just don't forget to like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. That will help me. And I told you I'm still working on like I don't know. Working on a lot of stuff. But peace.